Okay, we're recording. So, we are more than halfway through the month. We have, what day is it? It's the 20 something. It's the 21st. So, we still have a solid 10 days left in the month, which is just a huge amount of time. Honestly, over a week, amazing things can happen and be done this next 10 days. And I actually was like creeping on a little chat that I saw going on between Rochelle and her downline. And a lot of girls were like shouting out their goals for the month. And they were like, I noticed that a few of them had these like amazingly like huge goals. And I was like, yes, that's amazing. And then I saw right below it where they said, I'm not exactly on track for these goals yet. Like I haven't hit these goals yet and I'm like not even close, but there's still so much time and I know I can do it. And I was just like, yes, that is the mindset that we all should have, because I kept thinking today that those thoughts kept creeping into my mind where I'm like, wow, why am I not as far as I want to be, or why have I not enrolled as many distributors as I wanted to, or as many loyal customers as I wanted to. And I saw that, and it was a good reminder that there's still so much month left and so much can happen. And instead of being like, there's only 10 days left, there's no way I'm going to reach my goals, flipping it and telling yourself that you can do anything in these 10 days. You really, really can do anything. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit tonight about belief. And this just like popped into my head tonight or earlier today, and I was like, I gotta write this down so I can make sure that I share it with the team. But the word belief popped into my head, and I was like, okay, like what's happening here? Like, what's God trying to tell me? And three things came to mind with belief, and all of us need to have these three beliefs. The first one is you have to have belief in our products. If you do not believe in the products and believe in the results that come from those products, then how in the world can you expect other people to have that same belief? And the way that we get that belief in the products is by trying them. And so unless you're like day one, and even so, even if you are, you may still have heard this, but we say all the time, be a product of the product. And that's not just like our way of being like, try the products, use the products, buy the products. Like, that's not what it's about. Being a product of the product is trying the products so that you can talk about them with excitement and just genuinely want to share them with people, because that's what we're doing. A lot of people say all the time that's their biggest objection is I'm not a salesperson. And what I always say back to them is, I'm not either. And I actually, when I first got started, was terrified of quote unquote sales. But what I learned is we're not just selling something. We're not just selling a product. We're sharing about something that we love. And when you're sharing about something that you love, you don't have to sell it. It sells itself. But you can't genuinely share something that you love if you've never tried it. Like, you can't love it if you've never tried it. Now, I will say that when I first started this business, and like many of you perhaps, I had never even tried a product. I knew that they were plant-based. I knew that they were natural. And I liked I liked the ingredients, and I liked what I saw. And so I knew that I was excited to try them. And then as I tried them, I shared about them. I picked a couple that I had to try right off the bat, like knew I wanted to try, and I did. And then I had something to talk about. And before I tried them, I was sharing other people's results and other people's excitement. So if you're brand new, you can do the same. You can use my results. You can use other people's results and just talk about what it's doing. Start using the products that come in your kit. If you haven't received your kit, it's okay. Don't wait for it to come. Use other people's results. So all I like, long story short with all of this is, number one, you have to have belief in the products. Don't use I'm brand new or I haven't tried every single product as an excuse. Find a way to talk about the products and share about them and share about the stuff that you love. And I was going to save this, but I think it's just worth saying right now that I challenge you this month to run an auto shipment. I know that can be really scary for you if you, not even if you're brand new, like it doesn't matter how long you've been in this business. Maybe you feel like I don't have the money to run an auto shipment, or, whatever it is. I challenge you to run an auto shipment, you guys. Figure out a way to run an auto shipment. Maybe it's knowing that you're going to order a bag of coffee in that auto shipment and pre-selling the coffee for samples. You can sell coffee for $5 each if you want to, and that's going to more than cover your auto shipment. And if you need like specific scripts or specific ideas for posts or whatever, just ask us, because they're, one, in the team page, and two, many of us have done it already. Every time I post about my coffee and selling samples, I make at least $50. So I just recommend trying it, pre-selling it, telling people that just PayPal me the cash, and the second that it arrives, I'm going to get it to you. Why would anyone say no to that? People buy stuff all the time online, and they pay up front and they get the product when it arrives. Like, that's just the way of the world. So there's no reason that someone would be like, I don't want to pay for product without you like putting it in my hand, because the world has changed so much where people always pay up front for stuff. So anyways, I got a little bit off topic there, but the main point here is I challenge you, I'm talking to you, to go run an auto shipment. You cannot believe in your products unless you're using your products. So go pick a few things, maybe slip 2 things in there. One that you personally want to try and get results, and one that's in individual packets that you can sell and pay your auto shipment back with. So log into your eSuite after this call and set up an auto shipment, have it run before the 25th, and you're going to have products that you can try and that you can start to fall in love with, and that you can have belief in the products, and you're going to be commission qualified, which means you're going to get your paycheck, which can pay for your next month's auto shipment and whatever else you want to use that paycheck on. So that's the first point that came to my head. The second thing that you need to have belief in is the company. And as a newbie, that might be challenging, because you're like, I am brand new. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know you girls. Like, I barely remember what the company name is, like whatever. But you have to figure out a way to find belief in the company. For me, I was thinking like, okay, I was brand new at one time, but like, why did I catch the vision so fast? Because you have to catch the vision. You can stick around for 5 years like me. I've been in for 5 years now. But if you never catch the vision and you never find that belief in the company, you're never going to get anywhere. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to find a passion in what you're doing. And you joined this company for a reason. Like, yeah, it was probably to make some extra money to pay off bills or pay for debt or take your family on vacation or whatever. But there's a good chance that you started this business because you needed something in your life. You needed something more. I know for me, I did. And that's why it was such a good fit, is because I knew that I could be passionate about it, but I could make money too. So find a way to find belief in the company. Ask your upline their story. Ask your your enroller their story. Share your whys with each other. Go look on the website and see. I'm pretty sure like if you just go to like the main page of your website, I could be wrong here where it's actually located, but if you just scroll all the way down, or maybe you need to go like pretend you're signing up as a distributor, and on the join page there's like a little bit of background about It Works and the history of It Works. And that's another way that you can just get belief in the company, is knowing we're a debt-free company. When in 2008, when everything was crashing and, just so much bankruptcy and just sales were down across the board, across the whole US, It Works went debt-free that year. And that just shows you that this is a company that we can stand behind, and these are products we can stand behind. And the other thing too that I love is this is a family business, you guys. Like Mark and Cindy and Pam, their kids are part of this business. Their grandkids are part of this legacy. So you can stand firm knowing that this business isn't going anywhere. You don't have to worry about waking up tomorrow morning and being like, oh, we sold the business, we sold the company, because it's never going to happen. They have too much, not at stake, that's not the right word for it, but they're too involved in this with their own families to just like for anything to ever happen to it. So just, have faith in that. And so, like I said, just find a way to find belief in the company, whatever you have to do. For the thing that I did is I went to events. And when you go to events, you can catch the vision very quickly because you are surrounded by like-minded people who want the same thing as you do, who are excited like you are. And so I went to an event just a couple weeks after I got started, and I caught the vision immediately. I saw people just like me who looked about the same age as me walk across the stage as the top 150 in the company. And many of these people were quickly approaching the Millionaires Club. And I immediately thought, well, if they can do this, so can I. And it's crazy, but 5 years later, and now we are a top 150 team. Myself and actually Rochelle as well are both in the top 150. And it's like, it's just crazy to see how it's all happened. And because that was my vision 5 years ago, and now it's all happening, but it's because I found that belief in the company right off the bat. So I just encourage you guys to reach out, to maybe do some research, whatever it is you have to do to find that belief. Make sure you plug in. Make sure you're always coming to these, always on the Sunday night family lives on Mark's page, getting to any events you can. There's an It Works calendar on the website that you can go look and see what's in your city. Or maybe you want to travel and go to whatever's coming up. I'm trying to remember. There's some stuff like in New England and some stuff in, I can't even remember, but go look and see if there's anything in your city or in your state and get to it. So belief in the products, belief in the company. And the third thing is belief in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. And no one joined this company, I don't think, being like, I'm going to just like make myself a better person. I'm just going to do like tons of self-development every day. Like I didn't even know what self-development was when I first got started. I knew what like self-help books were, but I was never like, I'm going to start reading every day to make myself a better person. It just wasn't even in my like radar at all. And, what I have found is you just have to have belief in yourself. You have to. And man, I had something that I wanted to share with this specific topic, and I forgot to write it down. Oh yeah. Okay. So for me, like I said, I saw those top 150 walk across the stage, and I was like, wow, I can do that. I'm going to do that. I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care if it takes me 10 years. I'm going to do that. And so I caught the vision, but I at certain times I stopped believing in myself and believing that I could do certain things. And so it wasn't necessarily like it's almost like I always knew that I was going to be ambassador one day. But at certain points in my journey, I stopped believing in myself in a sense that was like, and this is just being a little bit vulnerable right here, but it's like, I have some amazing rock star leaders on my team, you guys. Like, you know who they are, and they're just amazing. And they have just taken over as far as their own teams go, but it's still, you guys are still mine. You're my babies. Like, I'm your mama. But for a while, or not even a while, there's certain times where the devil creeps in and takes that belief from me that I'm capable of going ambassador. And it says things to me like, you're only where you are because these leaders got their teams there themselves, and makes me believe that like it wasn't like I didn't do anything to get to where I am. Like, it was them that got where they are. And so therefore I am where I am. Am I making sense here? And so it's just like self-doubt. And, this story that plays in your head plays in my head that it wasn't because of me, it was because of others. And so I think that it's so important to just, whenever you start having that self-doubt, that you lean in and you lean into your upline and you lean into your team. And again, you're making sure that you're on these types of things, but you're also leaning into self-development very, very heavily. And that's why self-development is so huge, because in this business, your mind always, always, always has to be right. And I'm not saying you're not going to have an off day or a bad day or whatever, but you just have to make sure your mind's right. And if it's not, stop messaging, stop following people, stop doing our non-negotiables, even though they're non-negotiables, stop and just set it all down, push it all aside, and get into that self-development. You have to have your mind right. And the other thing too that I wanted to talk about is just like self-limiting. And what I was just saying is kind of self-limiting beliefs, but like, quit limiting yourself because it's what you believe yourself to be, because it's wrong. Like, you can always be more. You can always do more. And so quit putting yourself in this little box. Like, if you said you wanted to go Ruby by September, or what month is it? By August. If you wanted to go Ruby this month, but you're you didn't sign that last distributor that you needed to box yourself. And of course, there's still time, and it goes back to what I said when I first started this Zoom is, get rid of those self-limiting beliefs that I can't go Ruby because I'm not boxed yet, or I'll probably never go Ruby because I wanted to be Ruby in June. And here it is August and I'm still not. Like, just don't have those beliefs that you can't. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have 100% belief in yourself. And if you're struggling to have that, then you really need to focus on self-development. And like I said, reach out to us, because there's certain books or trainings that we may know of that speak specifically to this topic of just shattering the roof off of the self-limiting beliefs. Because when you start doubting yourself, your team's going to feel it, and then they're going to start doubting themselves as a leader and as just a distributor in general. Whether you have one distributor underneath you, it trickles down. It all trickles down. So you got to be that person that shatters the roof on the self-limiting beliefs so that your team can rise up with you. So those are the 3 things that I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as belief goes. All of that truly just came from my heart, because I jotted some notes down earlier of things that just like shot into my head. But I was like, all right, God, like, what am I talking about here? And that just all came off the top. So I hope that you guys got something out of that, and that you can really start finding that belief in yourself, in the company, and in the products. And I really do encourage you to hone in on those 3 things. Run that auto shipment, get that self-development book, and get to an event. Those are the three things I really encourage you to do, because it's going to help you find belief in those three areas. I had some other things that I wanted to talk to you about, just some vision casting for the team and like where we're going in the next 60 days. But I'm going to see if the other girls have anything they want to jump in with, maybe something that you guys have been doing this week that's been working incredible. I will say for me, you guys, it has been a huge month of planting seeds. I've been very diligent about being just so consistent, like just relentlessly consistent about my messages and everything that I'm doing every single day. And I'm not getting a lot back from it, or it doesn't feel like I'm getting a lot back from it, but I always have to remind myself. Normally it's like Ashley that needs to remind me of this, but when you're doing a lot consistently and you're feeling like you're not getting a lot back, it's because it's a seed planting season for you. You're planting seeds. And I actually watched one of Rochelle's lives this morning, and she said the same thing, where the next couple months, like, just get ready, like bear down, plant your feet in the valley, not the valley, but like on the ground, because it is seed planting time. Like, get ready, plant those seeds, start throwing those seeds all over the place, because we're coming into a time where it's just planting, so that in November, December, January, February, those seeds are just gonna, we're going to keep planting, we're going to keep watering, and they are going to sprout, and they're going to sprout faster than we can even see and we can even imagine. And we're just, it all just comes together in the most crazy way. And you wonder why there's so many promotions during those months, like right following conference. Yeah, conference lights a fire, but it's because all those seeds were planted the months following, or coming up to conference. So keep planting seeds. Don't get discouraged if you're not hearing back. Messages are always meant to just be planting that little seed in their head. And then follow-ups are meant to be the water. The water. You have to keep watering, and then they grow. So don't lose hope that you're not getting a lot back, and know that you're not alone either. Your leader, your presidential leader over here, is just like throwing those seeds and just like wondering where everybody is, but don't worry, they're coming. So I'm going to mute myself for a minute and let the other girls jump in. You guys can talk about whatever you want.
Hi. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. So Huntley girl just decided that she's never going to sleep again, and that's cool. But I wanted to jump in. I have two things that I wanted to say really quick. Number one is shelves. You got where you are because you were persistent and because you poured into all of us every single flipping week, always. So I, like, as soon as you said that, I was like, you know what? No one ever pours into you, and you're always pouring into us. And so it's just important that, like, we see you and we see you always. So thank you for always showing up.
I'm going to cry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've been crying all day, not in a bad way, like just emotional for some reason today. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. You're always here for us and always pouring into us. And I think that's important to, like, it's just important for you to hear sometimes. And then the second thing was what I heard you say is, and it like sparked something in my mind. You were like, you can always do more. That is so important. You can always do more. It is something that I myself, like, I was doing so well this month, you guys, as far as like staying on my messages, staying on my team. And I don't mean like on my team. What I mean is, like, I was reaching out to my teammates every single night and telling them, like, the ones that sign loyal customers, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I made it a point no matter what to really focus on recognition this month. And I was doing so well. Yeah. I was doing so well with that. And then the last couple of days have been really stressful and really just, we've got something in the works and we're just trying to like figure out what's best for us. And we've just been really busy. It's like, bottom line, just super busy. And I haven't been able to work as much as I want to. And so I love that you said that. You're like, you can always do more. It's just a matter of deciding. Like, I can't tell you how many times you'll like you'll do so well, and then you'll fall off for like 2 days. Maybe even it's just one day. And you sit there and you're like, what you doing, baby? You want daddy? Hey, babe. Sorry, she'll fall off the bed if I don't call him in here. So what was I saying? Oh, there are times where you will like fall off, but that, and when you fall off for that day, or maybe it's even 2 days or whatever, for me, I automatically feel like I'm behind. I feel like I'm so behind. And then like the next day trickles in and I'm like, well, I'm already so behind that I just like, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I don't even know where I would start. And I don't know if that's you guys, but a lot of the times that is me, where I'm just like, I'm so backed up with things that I need to be doing because I missed those 2 days, that like, where do I even begin? And I think that you just have to, like, I literally just had B make me a cup of coffee and he looked at me like I was crazy because it's 10 o'clock. Like, and I'm like, can you make me a cup of coffee? Because if I don't, then I'm not going to do the things that I need to do. And I've got another Zoom after this to pump some of my other girls up and like, that couldn't be on and whatever. So my point is just like, I have things that I have to do, and there are things that I want to be doing, and not just like, okay, I'll just do it tomorrow. Like, that's the worst thing that you can do, is just decide that you're just going to do it tomorrow. And so there might be times where you guys are working, or, you know, you don't have the luxury of like staying up until 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. to like, it's not really a luxury sometimes, but like my point is just like, you might be like, yeah, Rochelle, I have a job that I go to and I can't wake up, like I can't go to bed that late and then wake up at 6 a.m. I get that, but do something, do more. Okay. So instead of just going to bed because you know you have to get up, send out 10 to 15 messages. Like, do something that is going to propel your business. Plant those seeds. You're okay, pumpkin. And make sure that that you're not like falling short with that, because even if you can't do it all, you can do something, and you can do more. And so when you go to bed at night and when you lay your head down, ask yourself, like, what more could I have done today? What more could I have done? And maybe it's getting up a post. Maybe it's, you know, a lot of the times I'll sit down at night and I didn't make a post all day, and it's like 11 p.m. and I'm like, okay, well, instead of making the post tonight, I'm going to write out the post that I have for tomorrow. And then I'm just going to post it in the morning. And so I already have it and it's already done. And I try to do that always, but always have it ready to post every single day. But there are days where I fall short of that. So I think giving yourself grace and knowing that, like, if this month isn't going the way that you guys wanted it to go, start fresh right now and decide that the amount of days that we have left, what is it, the 21st? I don't know, 9 or 10 days that we have left. Make sure that you guys are giving yourself grace, but then snap out of it. So give yourself some grace. Okay, I wanted to sign 10 distributors this month. I'm not there. Maybe you've only signed 3. Okay, maybe that was a really big goal for you. Maybe 10 distributors was a huge goal and you've only signed 3. Maybe you've signed none. Okay, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to do more? Or are you going to be in that mindset where you're like, well, but it's like almost the end of the month, so maybe I'll just sign 10 next month because this month is already like come and gone, and I'm just like not, like, don't get in that cycle of like, here's the thing. I like to look at it like this. Instead of looking at the end of the month as like the end of the month, look at it as the beginning, because in the beginning we're so excited, and what we do in that first like 11 to 15 days, sometimes it'll like blow your socks off, right? To where you're like, oh my gosh, I've had like the most incredible month. Think back to a time that you did that in the beginning of the month and ask yourself, why in the world can't it be at the end of the month? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it like, why does it have to be like one or the other? Why does it have to be like a really good first start of the month and then you have a really crappy second half? Why is it really bad at the first and then you have a really good second half? Something changed there. Something changed there. Either you weren't working as hard or you weren't pouring into yourself. So if you're having continuous months like that, where you're like having a really good first of the month and not having a good last of the month, or vice versa, I hope you guys are following. I know this is kind of crazy all over the place, but my point is, if you're having that, ask yourself what's changing, because it's your mindset. Are you doing more? Are you continuously being consistent in your business? And just make sure that that you're willing to step back and go, okay, I haven't been doing my best. I haven't been doing the things that I've been doing. So I'm going to do more now and start now. And we've got so much more time, you guys. Think of it as the first of the month. Think of those goals. That's what I told my push group today. It was like, what were those goals? Because a lot of the times I don't like to look at them. You ever notice that? Like when you're not completing your goals, you'll kind of just be like, oh, did I make that goal? Like you'll kind of be like, I don't really want to look at it. Cause I'm nowhere near. You guys know what I mean? But if you look at it every single day and instead you're like, no, this was my goal. Like it doesn't matter how I could sign 9 distributors in one day. That's not a joke. You can do that. You have to know that you can do that. You have to believe that you can do that. Okay. That's not a crazy thing. You can do it. I mean, it's pretty crazy, but it's awesome. But my point is like, you can do it. If your goal was to sign 10 distributors and you've only signed 1, you can sign 9 in the rest of this month. That's 1 a day. You can do it, but you have to look at it every day and you have to decide that that's what you're going to do. You can't just like not look at the goals that you made. So anyways, in my push group today, I had them go back and look at their goals for today and see what was their goal and where are they at and what are they going to do to get there? What are we going to do tonight that decides what we're going to do to get there? So that's all I really wanted to say.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. I'm here. Okay. Hi. Okay. I just wanted to share really quickly what, has nothing to do with anything either one of you said. It's fine though. And you guys may have already watched it, but I watched a live today that Ashley Mayfield did. And, it was really, really good. I took notes and I'm only going to go over it like briefly. And if you guys want to go back and watch the live and get more out of it, you can. But the whole thing was she took her 2.0. So I guess I should rewind. If you're new and you don't know what that means, she went ambassador. Once you go ambassador, you get to do it all over again. And you start as a distributor. And she brought that account to diamond. I think she said in 90 days. I'm pretty sure it was 90 days. And so the point of her live was she wanted to tell the 5 ways that she did that. So even if you are a brand new distributor who joined 2 days ago, this applies to you. It applies to if you're a Ruby, anybody. It applies to anybody. But the top 5 things the top 5 tips that she gave for how she did that was number 1, clarity. So what do you want? And like, really, what do you want? Not $2,000 a month, but like, what is that $2,000 going to do for you? Like, what is your specific reason for needing that money? And then do you actually believe that you can do it? So we talk to you guys all the time about mindset and self-development. So I won't harp on it too much, but basically those all go hand in hand. You can't just say, okay, I'm going diamond in 90 days because I want $2,000 a month. Like that's not going to be enough to keep you going whenever it does get a little hard. You have to know exactly why you want that money, why you need that money, and then really, really, truly believe that you can do it. And here's the thing, like for me, this kind of stuff always gets me fired up because we get to watch people start all over again. Like for anybody who ever thinks like, oh, well, yeah, well, they got in at the right time or they must have had a huge following already. The whole 2.0 thing really, what's the word? Debunks that. I don't know where that came from, but basically because they're starting all over, like they're literally starting as a distributor. And so she did that, and I don't know, every time I see that, it just really gets me pumped up. So number 1, clarity. Number 2 is lead. You have to lead from the front. So she said it is your responsibility always, no matter what, to get to where you want to be. So in her case, when she got that 2.0 account and she was a distributor, she knew that she was going to get herself to diamond, and it was going to be 100% on her. Would she have teammates who joined and signed people? Yeah, probably. But she wasn't going to expect that from anybody because she knew like she had to take ownership and she had to get in there and sign customers and sign distributors. Number 3 is know your next moves and stay committed. It was a live. I can find it for you. Know your next moves and stay committed. So, and don't second guess yourself. So basically, if you are, let's say you're a ruby and you need 40 Ts for emerald, know that, like, know what you need, have your chart in front of you all the time, and make sure that you know, okay, if today I sign a distributor, I know where I'm placing her. And then if I sign 2 LCs, I know where they're going. Like, always know what you're doing and where you're going, because otherwise you're kind of like a hamster on a wheel. Like, you're never going to have a clear vision and clarity. Yeah, thanks, Shelby. So just always know exactly what your next moves are and don't second guess yourself. Just know this is what I need to get to this rank. That means the next person I sign, it has to go here, and do it. Like, don't, and trust me, I'm talking to myself here. Like, don't sign the person and then be like, oh, I don't know, like maybe I should place him over here. And Shelby's laughing because that is totally
I know. I was like, I'm going to unmute myself and call Ashley out because that's
yeah.
so you. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm doing this. And then you sign them and you're like, Shelby, where should I put this person? So
Always.
I'm glad you watched this live. I feel like it was just for you.
Yeah, it was literally always. I mean, I've been in this business for 4 years and I'm still like, okay, so where should I put this distributor? Okay, 2 more. So we have clarity, lead from the front, know your next moves. Number 4, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this one is something I'll have to work on the most, is she said you have to launch your distributors with products. And a couple reasons why. Number 1 is, and I didn't think about this. This was actually her second point, because this whole time I was kind of like, oh yeah, I mean, that's really cool, but like, how in the world do you get people to buy $99 kit and then on top of it order products? So for me, the coolest thing was, she said, when you don't do that, like when you're telling them it's $99 and you're giving them the absolute cheapest option that you can, and you're skipping over ordering anything, you're already putting a low expectation on them. And I was like, oh dang, like it really actually like made me stop and think about that, because I was like, I've never really thought about it that way. And she said, you want your distributors to feel like they're investing in something. And that doesn't mean that they have to spend thousands of dollars. And there are plenty of companies out there where you do have to invest a lot of money to join. Like, this is $99. We talk about it all the time, how cheap $99 is to join a business. But it'll make them feel like they're investing in something. But then on top of that, they need to use the products. Just like Shelby said earlier, you can't, how in the world are you going to promote a company when you've never tried the products? What are you going to do when you're telling your best friend that she's got to order our super greens and she asks you how you like them and you have no idea because you've never tried them? And she did say, that doesn't mean to go order every single product. And most of us on here, we probably have like 5 to 6 products that we use every single day, and our company has over 50. So it's not about using all of them, but it's about actually falling in love with some of them. And she said, that just gets the ball rolling, and it just sets that expectation that they'll have that mindset of they're always going to need to be using the products. And then once they do get that first order and they fall in love with them, then you probably won't even have to have that conversation ever again. But that, to me, that was a very important part of it all, but was, in my opinion, that will be like the one I have to work on the most. But I very much agree with that. And then the last one is to make sure you're working with your people every day. And that seems very obvious and self-explanatory, but truly like, are you working with your team? Like, even if you have 3 distributors on your team and they've all gotten their, I don't know, shopping spree and they're on month 2, like, are you still talking to them every day and like meeting them where they're at? Because I know that I'm not always good about that, because, you know, we do start to develop layered leadership, and we get somebody started, they get their shopping spree, then we move on to Ruby and your team, and in the meantime they're learning, or they're, you know, they're underneath somebody else who's probably a leader on your team, and those two start working with each other. But it's still your job, who it as their enroller, to check in with them and to make sure that they are doing the things that they need to do, if they even know. Like, she was like, you know, even if you reach out to them in the morning and they need a post and you send them a post, that still isn't enough. You need to then make sure later on that they actually posted it. And that was like, oh, another like kick in the butt for me, because I'm not good about that either. Like, I'm like, you know, I'll give the 6 list, or I'll do whatever, and then I just assume that they're gonna do it, when in reality, like, sometimes you do have to check and make sure that they're, you know, you're holding them accountable, because when they're new, they don't realize how important every single step is. Like, they might think, well, I did this, 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 and this, so I should be good for the day. So those are the 5 things. And I mean, she's like way funnier than me, so you guys would probably enjoy hearing it from her over me. So if you want to find her, just go to her Facebook. But yeah, it was really good. I got a lot out of it.
That was really good. Thank you for sharing that. I am just like you, where I see those people who went ambassador and then they get to like kind of prove that they can do it again, that they didn't get there by accident, and that's just very inspiring to me. So both her and Brittany Hayes went ambassador and then opened their 2.0 accounts immediately, and then went Ruby month 1, Emerald month 2, Diamond month 3. And so this month I'm just like waiting to see if they go double, and that would just be so incredible and so inspiring, because it's just, then I'd have to go to their house and be like, all right, tell me what you're really doing, because this is ridiculous. But both of them are always sharing their tips and tricks and stuff. So that's so cool too, that some of the people who are just like killing it are always the first to tell you exactly what they're doing and like what they learned and what they're doing differently now and stuff like that. So I love that. Those are 2 people, if you didn't catch those names, 2 people that you can go follow on Facebook. Ashley Mayfield, it's ASHLEIGH, and then Mayfield. She does, I would go follow her because she does lives on her personal Facebook all the time. Like stuff that I might like go to our team page to share, she shares right on her page. So you can get all this awesome information that she's like shouting out to her team, but you basically get to hear it too, even though you're not on her team. And then Brittany Hayes, for me, she is one that I like to kind of see her posts and like when she's posting them and how she's posting them. I kind of use her as like a guideline because she's really, really huge into attraction marketing and just drawing people to you instead of you having to constantly be chasing after them. So she's another
Shelby,
great one to follow. Yep.
doesn't she spell her name different, Brittany?
Yeah, I think it's Brittani.
Okay.
And then
Hayes.
Is it Hayes? Yeah, Hayes, Brittany Hayes. Yeah, so that's pretty much all that I wanted to. Oh yeah, I did have a little other thing. What time is it? 10:20. Okay, we got a couple minutes, so I'll just kind of wrap it up. Rochelle, did you have anything else that you wanted to add in? Or Ashley?
No, I got to get this little one to bed.
Okay, good night, hon. Love you.
Okay, bye-bye, baby.
She's like, no, I will not. Okay, so I just want to take the last couple of minutes and do like a little bit of vision casting with you guys. And if you're like, what the heck is she talking about? What is that? It's basically just like taking some time to be quiet. And this is what it is for me, at least. Taking some time to just like be quiet, which I'm still going to be talking at you guys, but hopefully you can find some like peace with wherever you are, and it's hopefully not too loud where you are, and you can just almost just hear what I'm saying. And even if you have to close your eyes and just like listen, and everything I'm saying, feel it, and just like taking it all in, and just being able to almost like picture, like when I'm saying stuff to you, picturing it in your head so that it feels so real. And I just want you to picture, like, I don't even know, like maybe it's 30 days, maybe it's 60 days. I don't know where you are in your business or with your chart or your promotion. So if 30 days just feels unrealistic, then push it to 60 days. But I want you to think about, like, where do you truly want to be in 60 days? Where do you want your business to be in 2 months? And it's beyond just goals. I think it's beyond like, I want to be Ruby, or even how Ashley was saying, like, I want to be Diamond and I want to make $2,000. I want you to push past that and really think about, like, what would that $2,000 do for you? What would you pay off? Like, just stop for a second, close your eyes, and imagine that $2,000 paycheck sitting in your bank account. Like, what kind of emotions are happening right now? I feel amazing about it. Like, I want $2,000 sitting in my bank account. You know what I mean? Like, some of you, it straight up might bring you to tears. I know that there's girls on this team that need that $2,000 more than anything, because they've told me like they're struggling. That's why they joined this business. Or maybe they were making 2,000 at one time and now their paychecks have dropped, or maybe their expenses have gone up, and that $2,000 would mean the world. And I just want you to, all the emotions that you felt in that moment when you pictured that $2,000 in your account, I don't want you to lose that. I don't want you to forget about how that felt. And I want you to be able to just manifest with that, and just think about, think beyond just the $2,000 in your account. Think beyond what you would pay for and what you would do with it, and just be so crystal clear up in your mind about exactly how that amount makes you feel. And I'm just throwing $2,000 out there because that's the average minimum for Diamond. Some of you might not be there yet. Some of you, that might not be your goal. If you're anything like me, when I first got started, I just wanted $500 extra a month. And until I went to that event I was telling you guys about, I couldn't see past that $500 because it's all I needed. It's all I needed to be able to help pay the bills. So if that's where you're at, if you're at that $500 mark or whatever it is, then that's okay. And I'm telling you that when you reach that 500, I already know you're going to want to keep going. I know you're going to want more. But if 500 is where you're at right now, it's okay. Don't feel like you have to want more if you're not ready to want more. Like, just imagine what you want and what you need up there in your head and manifest it. Think about it every single day. Do this same exercise that we just did. I mean, it literally is so easy and takes seconds. To find 30 seconds to just be quiet, hide in a closet. If you have a million kids like I do, then maybe hide in the closet and lock your bedroom door. Like, I don't know what you got to do, but just do it. Find that peace and think about how you would feel if that amount of money was sitting in your bank account right now. And all those same emotions, whether good, bad, ugly, whatever, feel them, because it's gonna help drive you to get there. And that's what this is all about. Like when it all comes down to it, I'm a blue. I like to have fun. These Zooms like mean the world to me because I just want to like sit around with my people and talk to you guys. I'm like counting down the days until green carpet to squeeze so many of you. But like when it all comes down to it, we are finding people to welcome to our team, not so that we can make money, but so that we can help them make that money that would change their life. So try to flip your mindset a little bit too on that, because I have a lot of new distributors who they're new. So it's okay that they're saying this. I don't expect them to just know everything, but they're saying, I need to get distributors. I need to get distributors. How do I get distributors? What am I not doing that I need to do? And I'm like, well, first of all, stop saying you need to get distributors, because that's all about you. Stop being so selfish and thinking how you need to get this, this, and that, and start thinking about finding others who need X, Y, and Z amount of money, or who need their lives changed. Because the second you start thinking about others instead of yourself, you're going to find the people that need to come to you. You're going to need to find the people that are meant to be on your team within your organization, and you're going to promote organically because of that. So instead of being like, I need 3 distributors to go Ruby, what do I need to be doing? What am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting these distributors? Instead, think, I need to go out and I need to find 3 people who really, really need this business. I need to go find 3 struggling mamas, or I need to go find 3 struggling college students, or whatever. Like, I need to go help these people. And when you go help them, when you go find those people that you need to help, like I said, they're going to join you because you're telling them that you're going to do everything you can to help them reach their goals. And then they're going to get excited and they're going to go find their people, and then they're going to find theirs, and then they're going to find theirs. And the next thing you know, you're diamond and you're making that $2,000 a month. All because instead of you trying to figure out how you're going to get distributors, you figured out how you're going to help more people. So, I shut my notes. I meant to, that was like, that just came out. That wasn't in my notes. So hopefully, hopefully that helped you guys. So I want you guys to think about, like, where are you going individually for yourself, for your own goals, for your own paycheck? But like, let's think about where we're going as a group too. This team has already accomplished so much in 2019 that I am just like, I can't even believe it. Like, sales have hit a record high. So many of us had promoted. I'm pretty sure we have at least, I'm trying to remember the exact number, but like, I want to say 18 or 19 diamonds and above on this team. When I started 5 years ago, it was little old me. I got started for that extra $500 a month, and I couldn't even, like, I just wanted to be diamond so bad. I just wanted to be diamond, and that was it. Like, that's all I wanted. And so the fact that now there's over 20 diamonds in my diamonds and above in my downline, that I have a freaking presidential diamond on my team, I'm just like, what is happening? Like, who am I? Like, what in the world? But so much has happened in 2019, and it's just like incredible, and I cannot even believe it. And it's just going to get better from here, because there's 36 now, but there were over 50 people sitting on this Zoom. And I have no doubt that if those 50 people really pour their heart and soul into this and really just like get after it, that we can all be diamond and above. Don't you think? Like, how amazing would that be for all 50 of us to be sitting on this Zoom in a year, and we're all diamonds and above, and we're all leading our teams. Maybe you guys aren't even sitting on here because you're doing your own Zooms with your own team. Like, I don't want anybody to go anywhere. I want you guys forever, but you know what I mean? Like, how crazy would that be? So just kind of like envision not only where you're going individually, but where we're going as a team. We're a top 150 team this year. It's just going to keep going up. And next year, there's going to be a whole handful of us that are top 150. Even at conference 2020, that's in like 6 months, right? Or not even. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more than just Rochelle and I in top 150. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. And I'm just so excited for it. I'm really proud of you guys. I'm really proud of where we've come, and I'm just really excited to where we're going to. And I just can't wait to see it all unfold. So I'm just gonna, I could probably talk forever. I don't have any more notes, but I feel like I just have 1,008 more things to say, but I'm not going to, because I think you guys get where I'm going. I'm just so excited, and I'm ready. And I don't know if you're ready, but get ready, because it's about to be crazy. It might be might be seed planting time right now, but when those little sprouts are sprouting, man, it gets crazy up in here. So I hope you guys are really, really, really excited for what's to come. And don't take this the wrong way either, but don't get left behind. Keep up the pace that you have now. Run as fast as you can. Keep up with us. We're leading from the front for a reason, and we want you guys running right alongside us. And we're just so excited to just lock arms with you guys and run all the way to the top. Like, talking about self-limiting beliefs, I've never been like, I'm going to be a black diamond. I've never said that, ever. And it's because I never really thought that I could. I was like, I'll be an ambassador, like, no doubt, but I'll be happy there. I don't have to be a black diamond. But you know what? Black diamond doesn't happen because of me or Rochelle or Ashley or Sammy or whatever. Like, black diamond happens when all of us lock arms and haul butt. And you better believe that if 50 of us are sitting on here diamond and above next year, we will be dang close to black diamond, because that's all it takes is people locking arms and loving what they're doing and hauling butt towards the goal. So I love you guys. I hope that you got a lot out of this tonight. We did record it so we can share with our people that weren't able to jump on. And I just hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Good night.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Bye.